guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be going over my AR-15. A lot of mean things have been said about this rifle, and rightfully so. You will notice if you ever post your rifle on, I don't know, social media board, 4chan, whatever, you'll notice that you'll get a lot of people that criticize it, and rightfully so, because you know what? We spend a lot of money on our guns, don't we? We spend a ton of money on our guns. And there is a reflex to be defensive about our purchases. But today I'm going to tell you why this rifle sucks. So what's the base rifle? This is the SIG Tread M400, as you can see right there. However, this is the Predator model. This is the model that is designed for hunters. Now, what do I mean by designed? Well, it comes with a fixed stock, which I've replaced, and I'll explain that in just a second. And it comes without a muzzle device so that you can thread on a suppressor. And it comes with a green anodized finish. That's it. That is the only thing making this a hunting AR-15. Have they done anything on the internals or functionally to make it a better hunting AR-15? No, they haven't. This is a mil-spec trigger, okay? It has 7-pound trigger pull weight. And is the inside buffer tube, is that ready for a suppressor? No. SIG basically dressed up the SIG Tread Predator to look like a hunting AR-15. Even though it's a half-pound heavier, it is not a great AR-15. So overall, the SIG Tread Predator, even though it's marketed to look like a hunting AR-15, it doesn't perform any better than any other SIG Tread Predator, and it's $200 more. So that begs the question, why did I buy it? Well, my wife said she thought it looked good, and it does look pretty cool. I like it. But do looks make a better weapon? Absolutely not. I bought this gun when I was coming out of my soul phase. I'm sure those of you who are on gun boards on a fairly regular basis are familiar with what I'm talking about. Essentially, this idea that guns need to have wood, or guns need to have steel, or exposed metal, or whatever, to be good weapons. They need to look good. Frankly, the reason I was coming out of my soul phase is because I actually started getting out and shooting my guns and moving around with my guns and using my guns the way they're meant to be used. So I don't know, I've come to the opinion that anyone who thinks that a gun, in order for it to be a good gun or an outdoorsman's weapon, it needs to have wood, it needs to have exposed steel. I don't know, I think that's kind of dumb. I think that's an antiquated idea, and I don't think it meshes with reality. So let's go over what I've done with my rifle. You'll notice on the front here, I have thrown on the Streamlight. I think that's the ProTac HLX, I think is what it is. Is that a good light? No, it is not. It is the cheapest Streamlight I could find. It takes CR123s. The light is actually pretty good for indoors, but I've tested it outdoors, and believe me guys, there is no merit to using this light on a gun like this that is meant to be used outside. So I intend to replace that. Oh, by the way, it's in a Magpul flashlight mount, which is actually a pretty good part. All my favorite parts are Magpul parts on this weapon. But yeah, I've got it mounted to the M-LOK rail with a Magpul flashlight clamp. It's not the worst setup in the world. I definitely could have bought no light. I could have duct taped a light to my weapon. But obviously I didn't go that route. I'm using the hollow sun caps from this to protect it from getting too dirty, because when I did test it at night outside, it was actually so dirty no light even made it through. So yeah, that's why I've got that on there. So the handguard, this also needs to be replaced. I think it looks great. It's definitely not the first on the chopping block, but honestly, it's too heavy for what it is. Again, if they wanted to make a lightweight hunting AR-15 or a hunting AR-15, it should be lightweight. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. I can imagine if you're a hunter and as someone who hikes with my weapons, yeah, you would want a gun that is lightweight. And guess what? This is a half-pound heavier, like I said before, than its other SIG Tread cousins. So I paid way too much for this rifle. I should have gotten a BCM Aero build just like everyone else. I'm not going to sell it because it's actually a pretty good weapon. It's not a great AR-15, but it's a good weapon. I'm going to hang on to it, and I don't think anyone's going to buy it for what I bought it for. So I'm kind of stuck with it. Let's keep moving back here. I got the BCM QD Sling Cup mount, which I will talk about more later. The SIG Romeo 7. It's a Aimpoint Comp M4 clone. Is it a good red dot sight? Sure, it's fine. For the money, it's fine. I will say when the sun is directly behind you, it doesn't work that well. It creates this awful red smear around it. But, you know, I probably will replace it at some point because it's way too big and heavy for being a red dot sight. But honestly, it's worked pretty well so far. It's been plenty durable. I have had to re-tighten it to the mount a few times, and I used Loctite to solve that problem. So let's talk about this. I just got this. I haven't actually even shot with this yet. That's the Holosun HM3X magnifier. That is, I don't know how good it's going to be in the long run. I can't tell you if it's any good. I will say the glass is frighteningly clear. Okay. The glass is really, really clean. The mount is not that great though, but for 200 bucks, I'm really impressed with that glass quality. It's got short eye relief, but that's because it's a prism optic. So what do you expect? Let's talk about the T-Rex arm sling. This sling has worked great. Okay. It's more of a, I don't know, tactical sling. It's not really meant to be slung for long periods of time on massive backpacking trips through the mountains. But so far it's worked really well in that. The fabrics work great. It's been plenty durable. It's super lightweight and it's cheap. So I don't know what sling I could have gotten for the money that would be any better. So, all right, let's talk about the CTR stock and the Magpul K2 grip. On the normal SIG Tread Predator grip, it's actually a lot higher up, which means if you try to disengage the safety, see that? Your ambidextrous safety will get stuck. And that's actually something resembling a problem. And no, I'm not going to go shooting. I'm going to clean the muzzle, so chill. But see how that could be a problem? However, with the Magpul K2 grip, it moves your finger far down enough that it doesn't interfere. So if you own a SIG Tread rifle, highly recommend getting that Magpul K2 grip. The Magpul CTR stock, I've only taken it on one expedition so far, but that has worked really, really well. I really like the CTR stock. Not sure what that is. I think it's kind of goofy. Apparently it's supposed to make it more stable. I guess if you're at home in your living room, it feels a little more stable. I don't know if it makes that much of a difference, but I like the QD cups and I like that it's made by Magpul. Magpul's a great company. I will say it's got ambidextrous magazine release. That's kind of nice. So yeah, overall, is this rifle the best rifle I could have got for the money? Absolutely not. 400 bucks, I could have gotten a entry-level LPVO, which I'm not totally sold on the concept. I could have gotten a entry-level LPVO. I could have gotten the Holosun HS510C with the magnifier. That would be a better option. I don't think I could have done any better with the flashlight for the money, but I could have done better with the rifle for the money. So overall, is this the best rifle I could have gotten? No, absolutely not. I could have gotten a BCM Aero Precision build, but is it a bad rifle? No. Is there any reason for me to get rid of it? Not really. I intend on keeping this rifle basically forever. All right. So that is my rifle, my adventuring rifle, my outdoorsman's rifle. Is it the best AR-15 I could have gotten for the money? No. Is it kind of autistic? Yeah, it's really autistic. It's really not that good. But overall, I think it's a good weapon. It's a great weapon because it's an AR-15. AR-15s are almost perfect just by their design. This thing has been 100% reliable through the 600 to 700 rounds I put through it. That's not because this is a SIG-made AR-15. That's because it's an AR-15, okay? That's just how it goes. Thanks, guys, for watching. You'll notice, change of scenery. I'm out in the middle of the woods. Well, not necessarily in the middle of the woods. This trail goes way deeper, and that's actually where I intend to go next time. But yeah, let's keep things in the woods. A little less bland than the desert. And there's a lot more scary noises. So yeah, moving from the land of the Wendigo to the land of the Sasquatch. But thanks, guys, so much for watching. Take it easy. Have a wonderful day.